You ever hear someone say it's all in your head? Well, when it comes to looking younger than your age, that phrase is a lot more true than we give it credit for. Your mindset, your thoughts, your beliefs, the way you talk to yourself, literally affects how your body ages. This isn't some fluffy, feel-good talk. This is backed by science. And if you're one of those people who looks younger than your age, I want you to understand something clearly. It's not luck. It's not just good genes. It's your mind at work. It's your lifestyle in action. Let's get real. Aging is not just what happens on your skin. It starts much deeper. It's in your nervous system, your cells, your hormones. And guess what one of the biggest drivers of premature aging is? Chronic stress. That nonstop worry, that habit of overthinking. That pressure you put on yourself every single day. Your body reads that like a code. It shifts into survival mode. Your cortisol goes up, your sleep gets disrupted, inflammation builds, and your body starts to break down faster. But here's where it gets interesting. The opposite is also true. When you shift your mindset, when you become intentional about how you think and what you allow into your mind, your body responds. This is called the mind-body connection. And it's powerful. Let me give you an example. Two people can go through the same exact challenge, job loss, heartbreak, illness. One person spirals. They replay the worst-case scenario in their head. They panic. They drown in negativity. And you can see it on their face. They look tired, defeated, older. The other person, same situation, chooses to focus on what they can control. They lean into their resilience. They give themselves grace. They take action even if it's small. And you know what happens? Their body stays calmer. They sleep better. Their face looks lighter. Their energy stays strong. That's the mind-body connection at work. Your thoughts are not just private little moments inside your head. They're messages to your body. Every time you tell yourself, I can't do this, your body believes you. Every time you say, I've got this, your body responds too, with strength, with calm, with vitality. Now, if you're someone who looks younger than your age, chances are you've already done some inner work. Maybe without even realizing it, you've learned how to self-regulate. You've figured out how to quiet the chaos in your mind. Maybe you journal. Maybe you meditate. Maybe you just move, go for walks, dance in your living room, hit the gym. That movement releases tension. It shifts your energy. It calms your nervous system. And that calmness radiates. When you're at peace internally, your external world starts to reflect it. You smile more. Your eyes are brighter. Your skin has that glow. And people look at you and think, wow, you look amazing. But what they're really seeing is someone who is aligned. Someone who's not letting the world drag them down. Someone who chose to protect their peace and prioritize their joy. And listen, this doesn't mean you haven't been through hard things. In fact, most people who radiate youthfulness have absolutely been through hell and back. But the difference is they didn't let those experiences define them. They processed them. They learned from them. They used them as fuel instead of baggage. That mindset of turning pain into power is one of the most youth-preserving things you can ever do. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't look my age, I want you to remember this. That reflection is not just about skincare or diet. It's a reflection of how you think, how you feel, how you show up for yourself. The most powerful anti-aging tool you have is your mindset, and it's free. Don't underestimate what's happening in that brain of yours. Your thoughts are shaping your body, your face, your energy. So, keep feeding your mind with positivity. Keep speaking to yourself with love. Keep choosing peace. Because when your mind is strong, your body follows. And the world sees it. At the core of why some people look younger than their age lies a fascinating scientific truth. Your cells are telling your story, and at the heart of this story is something you've probably never even heard of: telomeres. These tiny structures are a game changer when it comes to understanding the biology of aging. Think of telomeres like the plastic tips on the end of shoelaces. Their job is to protect your DNA, to keep the ends of your chromosomes from fraying or sticking to each other, which can cause your cells to malfunction or die. And here's the kicker. The length of your telomeres is directly tied to how you age. Every time your cells divide, which happens constantly, your telomeres get a little shorter. It's natural. But when they get too short, your cells can no longer divide. and they either become damaged or die. That's when the signs of aging start to appear, not just on your skin, but in your bones, your organs, your energy levels. So the length of your telomeres can literally determine your biological age, which can be very different from the number on your driver's license. Now, what makes this even more powerful is the fact that your lifestyle can either preserve those telomeres or destroy them. Let that sink in. You are not a prisoner of your genetics. In fact, research shows that how you live your life, how you eat, sleep, move, and handle stress can slow down telomere shortening. In some cases, people have even reversed it. That's right. You can actually influence your cellular age through the choices you make every single day. So when someone says, "Wow, you don't look your age," what they're really responding to isn't just your glowing skin or youthful smile. They're seeing the results of the cellular health you've been building over time. You've made choices that protect and nourish your body on the deepest level, and it shows. Let's talk about what that looks like. First, diet plays a major role. Antioxidants found in fruits and vegetables help fight the oxidative stress that damages cells and accelerates telomere shortening. If your meals are colorful, packed with greens, berries, healthy fats, and clean proteins, you're feeding your cells the fuel they need to stay healthy and vibrant. Then there's movement. Not just formal workouts, but any kind of consistent physical activity. Walking, stretching, dancing, biking. These things improve blood flow, reduce inflammation, and increase the production of something called telomerase, the enzyme that protects and even lengthens telomeres. So when you get moving, you're not just burning calories. You're literally telling your cells, we're in this for the long haul, and let's not forget sleep. Deep, restorative sleep is like a repair shop for your body. It's when your cells regenerate, your brain detoxes, and your hormones rebalance. People who regularly get quality sleep tend to have longer telomeres and stronger immune systems. So if you're the kind of person who makes sleep a non-negotiable, you're doing far more than avoiding dark circles. You're preserving your youth from the inside out. But maybe the most surprising factor of all is your emotional and mental health. Chronic stress is one of the most aggressive telomere killers out there. When your body is in a constant state of fight or flight, it produces an overload of cortisol, which eats away at your cellular defenses. On the flip side, people who practice mindfulness, gratitude, deep breathing, and even forgiveness experience better cellular resilience. Your mental environment directly impacts your physical health. So here's the bottom line. Looking younger isn't magic, and it isn't luck. It's biology. It's chemistry. It's the result of daily habits that either preserve your telomeres or break them down. And the best part, you are in control of that. Every healthy meal, every hour of good sleep, every walk you take, every moment you choose calm over chaos, it all adds up. You might not be able to see your telomeres, but trust me, they see you. And they respond to the way you live. So when people tell you that you don't look your age, know that there's real science behind it. You're not just aging well, you're living well, and that's what makes all the difference. If you've ever met someone who just radiates calm, who carries themselves with grace no matter what's happening around them, chances are they look younger than their age, and it's not a coincidence. The way we process our emotions, the way we react to stress, the way we handle adversity, it all shows up in our bodies. It shows up in our posture, our tone, our skin, and our eyes. Emotional regulation isn't just a nice skill to have, it's a critical factor in how we age. See, most people walk around thinking aging is just about time ticking by, but aging is also about what your body goes through day in and day out. And one of the biggest factors, stress. Not just the stress itself, but how you respond to it. When you're constantly overwhelmed, when you're emotionally reactive, when you hold on to resentment, anxiety, or anger, your body pays the price. What actually happens is this. Your brain signals your body to produce stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. In the short term, that's fine. It's your body trying to protect you. But when stress becomes chronic and unmanaged, it starts to attack your systems. It shortens your telomeres, weakens your immune system, increases inflammation, and damages your skin's ability to regenerate. In other words, your emotions don't stay in your head. They flow through your entire body. But here's the powerful part. When you learn to regulate your emotions, when you develop tools to stay grounded and resilient, you change the entire landscape of your biology. You send your body signals of safety and peace, and in turn your systems start to function at a higher level. Your digestion improves, your sleep deepens, your skin clears up, and your energy returns. That's not magic. That's the body reacting to emotional health. Let's take a simple example. You're stuck in traffic, running late, and your mind starts spinning. Why does this always happen to me? I'm going to mess up my day. Nothing ever goes right. That internal dialogue ramps up your stress response. Your shoulders tighten, your jaw clenches, your heart rate increases. Now multiply moments like that over weeks, months, and years. That tension accumulates. And over time, it reflects in how you carry yourself, how tired you look, and how quickly you age. Now imagine the same situation, but this time you've trained yourself to respond differently. You pause. You take a breath. You remind yourself, this is frustrating, but I'm okay, I'll get there. This won't ruin everything. That one breath, that moment of mindfulness, shifts your entire nervous system. Your body relaxes, your brain recalibrates. You just avoided flooding yourself with stress hormones. You just preserved your internal balance. That's emotional regulation. It's not about pretending life is perfect. It's not about suppressing your feelings. It's about processing them, naming them, letting them move through you instead of getting stuck in you. And when you do that consistently, something incredible happens. You become lighter, not just emotionally, but physically. People start saying, you look amazing, and they might not even be able to pinpoint why. But the truth is, they're seeing a person who isn't carrying the invisible weight that so many others do. People who age well tend to be the ones who figured this out. They've learned to let go of what doesn't serve them. They've developed emotional boundaries. They've created space in their lives to breathe, to reflect, to choose how they respond. And that wisdom shows on their face. It's not about being wrinkle-free. It's about being free from what drags you down inside. So if you're someone who feels emotions deeply, good. That's not a flaw. The key is learning what to do with those emotions. Do you hold them in? Do you explode? Or do you acknowledge them, process them, and release them? That last one, that's the path to emotional strength. And emotional strength is deeply connected to youthful energy. Looking younger than your age doesn't start with a serum or a supplement. It starts with how you manage your inner world. The more peace you cultivate within, the more vitality you project outward. You don't need perfect circumstances. You just need the tools to handle them with grace. That's what emotional regulation gives you. And over time, that grace becomes your glow. When people talk about looking younger than your age, they often jump straight to skincare routines or diets. But one of the most underrated, most powerful, and completely free tools for staying youthful is sleep. Not just any sleep, deep, consistent, high-quality sleep. It's the kind of rest that lets your body reset, repair, and rebuild. And if you're someone who makes sleep a priority, chances are you've already unlocked one of the biggest secrets to looking and feeling younger. See, sleep is not just about giving your body a break. It's a highly active biological process that impacts every single system in your body, from your brain to your skin to your immune system. During sleep, your body doesn't shut down. It goes into restoration mode. It's when growth hormone is released, which stimulates cell repair and regeneration. This is when your tissues heal, your muscles recover, and your skin gets a chance to rebuild collagen. That's what gives you that fresh, rested, vibrant look the next day. It's why people say you look tired when you don't sleep well. It shows. And over time, sleep deprivation doesn't just make you look tired, it ages you. Sleep influences something called your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock. When that rhythm is in sync, your hormones function properly. Your body knows when to produce melatonin to help you wind down, and when to produce cortisol to help you wake up and stay alert. But when your sleep is off, when you're going to bed too late, staring at screens all night, or not getting enough rest, your internal systems start to break down. Your body becomes inflamed. Your metabolism slows. Your skin starts to lose elasticity, and your energy crashes. Lack of sleep also affects how your brain works. Your memory, your focus, your emotional regulation, all of it suffers. And that mental fog, that irritability, that forgetfulness, that's your brain trying to function without the recovery time it needs. Over time, this impacts not only how you feel, but how you interact with the world. People who are constantly sleep deprived tend to look and act older than they are, not because of age, but because of chronic exhaustion. Now, here's the part most people overlook. Sleep is also when your body clears out toxins. The brain has its own cleaning system called the glymphatic system, which is primarily active during deep sleep. It flushes out waste products that accumulate during the day, including the ones that are linked to neurodegenerative diseases. So if you're protecting your brain and preserving your mental clarity as you age, sleep is absolutely non-negotiable. There's also the connection between sleep and stress. When you sleep well, your body is better equipped to handle stress. Your cortisol levels are balanced, your mood is more stable, and you're less reactive. But when you're sleep deprived, even the smallest things feel overwhelming. That emotional stress then feeds back into your body, tightening muscles, raising blood pressure, increasing inflammation, and the cycle continues. It's a loop, and the only way to break it is to prioritize rest. If you want to keep your skin glowing, your eyes bright, and your energy high, then you need to protect your sleep like your life depends on it, because in a lot of ways it actually does. This means creating routines that help your body wind down, avoiding caffeine late in the day, turning off screens an hour before bed, making your room dark and cool, investing in a good mattress and pillow, giving yourself permission to rest without guilt. These small habits stack up. They train your body to trust that it will get what it needs to heal. And if you're someone who already looks younger than your age, chances are you've figured this out. Maybe you go to bed early. Maybe you have a wind-down ritual that calms your mind. Maybe you've learned that nothing productive happens when you're running on empty. That's wisdom. That's self-care at the deepest level. And it's written all over your face in the form of vitality, clarity, and grace. Youthfulness isn't about denying age. It's about supporting your body so it can do what it was designed to do: repair, renew, and thrive. Sleep is the foundation for all of that. So if there's one habit that will pay you back over and over again, it's sleep. Prioritize it, protect it, and let your body do what it does best: keep you strong, healthy, and beautifully alive. Have you ever noticed how some people just glow? There's something about them that radiates energy, confidence, and joy, and it has nothing to do with makeup or lighting. That glow comes from within. It's the result of a lifestyle that supports health from the inside out. When someone looks younger than their age, it's often because they've built daily habits that fuel their body, balance their hormones, and keep their systems functioning like a well-oiled machine. And guess what? It's not luck, it's intention. Our bodies are constantly responding to what we feed them, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Every meal, every glass of water, every breath of fresh air, every walk you take, it all sends a signal to your body. That signal says, hey, I'm taking care of you. I've got your back. And in return, your body gives you energy, clarity, resilience, and yes, youthful vitality. Let's talk about nutrition first. Your cells need real, whole, nutrient-dense food to thrive. Vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. These are not just buzzwords. They're the building blocks your body uses to repair itself. When you're eating leafy greens, berries, nuts, seeds, and clean sources of protein, you're giving your body the tools it needs to fight off aging at the cellular level. Your skin reflects that nourishment. Your eyes sparkle. Your digestion improves. You're not bloated, sluggish, or constantly reaching for coffee just to survive the day. And hydration, don't underestimate it. Your skin is your largest organ, and when you're dehydrated, it shows. Fine lines become more visible, your energy dips, and your body starts to hold on to toxins that should be flushed out. But when you're drinking enough water consistently, your cells plump up, your body detoxifies naturally, and your skin regains elasticity. That glow people talk about? Water plays a big part in it. Now let's move to movement. Exercise isn't just about staying fit or losing weight. It's about circulation, mobility, and hormone regulation. When you move your body, you increase blood flow, which delivers oxygen and nutrients to your skin and organs. You also trigger the release of endorphins, those feel-good hormones that reduce stress and elevate your mood. Regular movement helps keep your joints fluid, your muscles strong, and your metabolism active. You don't have to be a bodybuilder or run marathons. Even daily walks, stretching, dancing around your kitchen, or doing yoga can transform the way your body feels and looks. But let's not forget what movement also does. It helps release emotional energy. When you move your body, you're not just working muscles, you're shaking off stress. You're releasing the tension that builds up from sitting too long, worrying too much, or holding in emotions. That emotional release helps reset your nervous system. And a calm nervous system is a youthful nervous system. Your hormones also play a massive role in how you age. Everything from estrogen and testosterone to insulin and cortisol can either support your body's natural rhythm or throw it out of balance. And what keeps those hormones balanced? Sleep, stress management, regular exercise, nutrient-rich food, and yes, joy. When you're laughing, when you're connecting with people, a youth-supporting lifestyle is also about boundaries. You have to know when to say no. You have to protect your peace, guard your energy, and stop giving your time to things that drain you. That internal discipline, the kind that says, I'm choosing what's best for me, even if it's not easy right now, that's self-respect. And self-respect is one of the most beautiful, most magnetic traits a person can have. People feel that energy. They see it in how you carry yourself. And yes, it makes you look younger. The people who age well, who seem to defy time, aren't necessarily doing extreme things. They're just consistent. They show up for themselves day after day. They build habits that support their well-being. They live in alignment with their values. And their body responds with strength, vitality, and grace. So if you're someone who people say looks younger than your age, it's probably because you've made decisions, small daily decisions that support your health, protect your energy, and prioritize your joy. That's not vanity, that's wisdom. And that glow you have? It's earned. There's a quiet, powerful beauty in someone who has learned to let go. You can see it in their eyes. You can feel it in their presence. There's a lightness about them, not just physically, but emotionally. And often, these are the people who look younger than they are. It's not just their skin or their smile, it's the energy they carry. That energy of peace, of acceptance, of not sweating the small stuff anymore. And that comes from one place, mindset. A youthful appearance isn't just about what's happening on the outside. It's a direct reflection of what's happening inside. The way you think, the way you talk to yourself, the way you process challenges, all of it plays a role in how you age. And one of the most important shifts you can make if you want to stay youthful is learning how to let go of the things you can't control. So many people carry emotional baggage that weighs them down, resentment, comparison, guilt, regret. They replay old stories. They stay angry at people who hurt them. They beat themselves up over past decisions. And all that stress, all that emotional tension creates a kind of inner pressure that the body can't ignore. Your body reacts to your thoughts. When your mind is in a constant state of chaos, your nervous system is on high alert. Your muscles stay tense. Your sleep suffers. Your immune system weakens. Over time, that constant inner storm begins to show physically. In your posture, your skin, your eyes, your energy. Now, think about someone who's done the work to forgive, not just others, but themselves. Someone who no longer carries the weight of proving their worth to anyone. Someone who chooses peace, not because life is easy, but because they've learned how to surrender what they can't change. That person radiates something different. Their face is softer, their energy is warmer, their presence is calming, and yes, they usually look younger. Why? Because peace is powerful. Because peace heals. Letting go isn't about pretending things didn't happen. It's not about denying pain. It's about choosing not to live in that pain every day. It's about saying, I'm not going to let what hurt me define me anymore. That shift in mindset is life-changing. And it doesn't just help you feel better, it helps you be better, mentally, emotionally, physically. The people who stay youthful tend to be the ones who practice gratitude. Not in a fake surface-level way, but in a real, grounded way. They've learned to focus on what they have, not what they lack. They appreciate the small things. A cup of coffee, a walk in nature, a deep laugh with a friend. That kind of mindset reduces stress, boosts your immune system, and supports your heart. Gratitude literally rewires your brain to look for the good. And when you do that long enough, you start living in a way that lifts your spirit. That lifted spirit, It shines through your eyes, your smile, your voice. It's ageless. Another key part of mindset is the way you talk to yourself. That inner voice, it matters. If you're constantly criticizing yourself, comparing yourself to others, or focusing on what's going wrong, you're draining your energy. But if you practice self-compassion, if you give yourself permission to grow, to make mistakes, to rest, then your mind becomes a source of comfort instead of conflict. And when your mind is calm, your body follows. Your nervous system relaxes. Your face softens. Your energy becomes magnetic. Joy is a huge part of this too. People who look younger than their age tend to laugh often. They stay curious, they play. They allow themselves to have fun without guilt. That joy keeps them mentally and emotionally flexible. And flexibility, mentally and physically, is a huge marker of youth. Rigid thinking, constant worry, obsessive control. That's what ages us. But flow, acceptance, openness, that keeps us light. And lightness is youth. So if you want to understand why someone looks younger than their age, look beyond the surface. Ask how they think. Ask how they handle stress. Ask what they believe about life, about themselves, about what really matters. Chances are, they've learned how to let go. They've decided to live with more grace and less resistance. They've trained their minds to find peace, even in chaos. That kind of mindset doesn't just add years to your life. It adds life to your years, and it shows. It always shows. There's something undeniably magnetic about a person who knows who they are. You see it in the way they walk into a room, calm, grounded, unapologetically themselves. They don't chase attention, but they seem to attract it anyway. They aren't trying to impress anyone, and yet people notice them. Why? Because confidence and authenticity are powerful. And often, they're the real reason someone looks and feels younger than their age. Let's get something straight. Confidence isn't about being loud or flashy. It's about knowing yourself. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. And that kind of ease doesn't come from a mirror or a number on a scale. It comes from doing the inner work. It comes from learning who you are, what you value, and what you stand for, and then living from that place. That inner alignment, that self-assurance, creates a kind of radiance that no amount of makeup or trendy clothes can replicate. When you're confident, your body relaxes. You're not walking around tense or anxious about what others are thinking. That mental ease shows up in your posture, in your tone of voice, in the way you make eye contact. You seem more open, more alive, more connected, and that's what people interpret as youth. Because youth isn't just about smooth skin. It's about energy. It's about how you carry yourself. And when you're rooted in self-trust, you naturally exude energy that feels vibrant, even magnetic. Authenticity plays a massive role in this too. When you're constantly pretending to be someone you're not, trying to fit in, trying to keep up, trying to impress, you drain yourself. You exhaust your nervous system. You feel disconnected from your own truth. And over time, that disconnection creates stress. You lose your spark. You start to feel and look like you're just going through the motions. But when you drop the mask, when you show up as you, fully and honestly, there's a freedom that comes with that. A lightness. That's what makes people pause and say, you have something about you. That something? It's your real self shining through. And here's the deeper truth. When you accept yourself, your strengths, your quirks, your imperfections, you give yourself permission to be. And that being is deeply healing. See, you stop fighting yourself. You stop trying to earn worthiness. You start living from a place of wholeness. And that wholeness is magnetic. It's beautiful. It's youthful. Think about the people in your life who seem timeless. The ones who just glow, who seem to be getting better with age. It's not always because they have a perfect diet or the best skincare routine. It's because they're aligned. They're not wasting energy on people pleasing or proving themselves. They've made peace with who they are, and that peace shows up in every interaction. They smile more. They laugh deeper. They connect more genuinely. That connection to themselves and to others is what keeps them feeling young. There's also a powerful connection between authenticity and health. When you live in alignment with who you are, you reduce internal stress. You don't constantly second-guess your decisions. You don't live in fear of judgment. Your body isn't stuck in a constant fight-or-flight state. Instead, your nervous system can relax. Your hormones balance. Your immune system functions better. And your skin, yes, even your skin, starts to reflect that internal harmony. You literally look more at ease because you are more at ease. Confidence also influences how you treat yourself. When you believe you are worthy, you make different choices. You eat foods that nourish you, not punish you. You move your body because it feels good, not because you're trying to fix something. You rest when you need to. You set boundaries. You protect your peace. And those choices, those daily acts of self-respect, add up over time. They keep you vibrant. They keep you energized. They keep you looking and feeling like your best self. Authenticity also builds deeper relationships. When you show up as the real you attract people who love you for who you truly are. That sense of belonging, being seen and accepted, is one of the greatest emotional protectors against stress and aging. Loneliness ages us. Pretending to be someone we're not, that ages us too. But real connection, real joy, real confidence, that keeps us youthful, inside and out. So if people keep telling you that you look younger than your age, maybe it's not your skincare or your genetics. Maybe it's your confidence. Maybe it's the way you've stopped trying to be someone else and finally started being you. That authenticity, that rooted quiet strength is what keeps you glowing. That's your superpower. And the best part, it only grows stronger with time.